Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Gurudev,
Gurudev
Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya
Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol,
Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol जय श्री गंधर्व गिरिधर चैतन्य महाप्रभु की सर्वज्ञनाश लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्ति शिरोमणि भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की भजत पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदी Hare Krishna. Once again, welcome all the wonderful devotees for today's session. So today is the 13th chapter. So the most important thing from today we'll be starting this Jnana Yoga. So we'll be seeing some new things here. Nature, the enjoyer, and the consciousness. We are going more depth into this knowledge now. So in the very beginning, it was our karma. That is for common people, right? What activities we are doing, how to purify activities, all those things. And the middle part, that is from the 7th to the 12th chapter, it was Bhakti Yoga. How Lord is connected to the living entities and how the living entity should connect to the Lord, all those things. And this last portion of the 6 chapters is Jnana Yoga. So this speaks about the knowledge. So to know more better than what I can say, to know more better about this material world. So how it binds us, how should we deal with it, many things. So this is how progression happens. So from the very beginning we start and later part, we'll see that we'll go to the perfection state. Clear? For everything, we need the mercy of Guru and Krishna. So only by deep prayers we'll be able to achieve this. So please join me in chanting this Mangalacharan prayers. Okay? Yes. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Swaminiti Namine Nama Acharya Padani Tikrupapadaya Gauragatamadaya Nagaragaravattarni Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girivat Kripadamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinakaranam Paramanandam Madhavam Chaitanya Gurudeva. Okay. So as usual, we'll thank and show our gratitude to His divine grace. Abhay Charanavinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So the founder Acharya of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So in yesterday's chapter, that is the 12th chapter under the acronym God, we saw where Arjuna is raising the question, how should we worship the Lord? With form or in his impersonal form. So what is that impersonal? It's a light, I said. And what is that light? It's a Lord's body's effulgence. How the sun is there and sun rays are there. The same way, the Lord's effulgence is that light. So a person who was ignorant, was not complete in his knowledge, he understands that Lord is light because he can't go beyond that light. Clear? But that is why in the very beginning itself I said, we have to go according to the Shabda Pramana, Guru Sadhu Shastra. Not that what is visible to us, I will go in completion understanding of that. No. You have to go based on the Guru's words, and it should come from Parampara, and it should be authorized by scriptures, the Shabda Pramana. So Krishna says it's very clearly, you have to worship in my Krishna form. That is the perfection of life. So he has said previously also, but here he's saying in a different way. In the very beginning also he says in the 7th chapter, Bhunaman Janmanamanta Jnanavan Mam Prapatite Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudha. Worshipping Krishna, that is ultimate cause of all causes. To understand that, you take many, many lifetimes. That is accumulating the knowledge. Accumulating the knowledge means don't think that reading books and getting. No. That's a practice. That is our consciousness rising. Clear? Okay, then options where Krishna is giving the options, and finally, so the devotee's disposition. And today's chapter, 13th chapter, wise questions. Now, Arjuna is asking some questions which is more depth into this knowledge. And Krishna gives 20 items, 20 varieties of knowledge, items of knowledge. Clear? And he says this is knowledge, other than this, everything is ignorance. So we'll understand what does that knowledge means. Then soul and super soul, the difference between the Lord and the living entities and enlightened soul. A person who's enlightened, jnana chakshusha, realized persons. Okay, as we were discussing that this last 6 chapters is the topic of knowledge, isn't it? Now the question arises, how do we acquire this knowledge? Not by reading scriptures, not by doing anything like mechanical things, rather completely surrendering to spiritual master. The more you surrender to the spiritual master, the more your consciousness purifies us, the more your consciousness elevates, develops towards the Lord. That is the spirituality. Okay. So for the 6 days, I'll say some stories where it is related to some disciples and gurus relationship and how they were serving their guru. This is only thing to know to us. So previously, how the disciples were to their spiritual masters. Clear. You all have heard about Ramanujacharya. I hope you all have heard of a great Acharya in Sri Parampara. He had many, many, many disciples, and the disciples were so qualified. They were serving the spiritual master in such an extent where it stood as an exemplary for all the Vaishnava community to come. So Ramanujacharya is a great person. He goes to different places. He goes and he preaches about the Lord's holy names and the pastimes of the Lord. In this way, he just preaches to all the conditioned souls. So that is a preacher who is roaming all over the India, like he's going everywhere and preaching. So what happens when he's going in those days? There's no hotels. So he has to stay somewhere. He'll go to a place where his disciples are there and he will stay in their house. So once it happened, he has to go to another village or other place. So they had two disciples in that village. So he sent a message to his other 2 disciples who were there that tomorrow, let them know that tomorrow I'm coming to their house. So these 2 persons went to a rich person house. They told them that Ramanujacharya is willing to come to stay in your house. As soon as he heard the news, he was so happy. He called all the servants, come tomorrow. And we are so fortunate. We are going to have the association of our spiritual master. Tomorrow is going to come, do all the arrangements. He started doing the arrangements, coloring the, what I can say, the house and many things, decorating or cleaning thingy too. And these disciples were waiting for some written message. They did not get anything. They came back to the spiritual master, that is Ramanujacharya. Then says, yes, he's very happy, he's ready to welcome you. Then Ramanujacharya asked, how did he treat you? How did he welcome you? They said, as soon as we said this message, he was very happy. So he completely forgot about this. He started to do his arrangements. Then Ramanujacharya said, no, I'm not going to go to that house. Because first thing, he don't know how to respect my disciples. You are the representative of mine. So how should he respect you? They don't, the rich person doesn't know about it. So better not to go there. So he canceled. Then he said, the same village, one more disciple is there. Is very poor. Not a problem. You go and say that tomorrow. And they came to this person's house, Varadacharya. His name is Varadacharya. They came and told that a spiritual master is willing to come to your house tomorrow. He was so happy and he invited them to the house, made them to sit. Very Buddhistic and nothing in the house. He gave 2 glasses of water and he was said, we are so fortunate to have the association of the Guru Maharaj. So in that way, they treated him so respectfully because you brought this wonderful message to us. And finally, the disciples very happy. They went to Ramanujacharya. This is how they treated. And he said, that means he's qualified to welcome me. So the next day, Ramanujacharya came to this house. But what had happened? They had nothing to serve Ramanujacharya. And Varadacharya is a Brahmana. He goes to house for begging the alms, and that is how their life is leading. And he had a wonderful wife by name Lakshmi. And they had a discussion. And early morning, this Varadacharya left the house to somewhere to collect something so that he can serve his spiritual master. And Ramanujacharya already came to the house, and Varadacharya has not yet come. And Lakshmi is waiting. How to serve my spiritual master? She's waiting, and seeing in the kitchen, not even a single grain is there. So finally, she'll think, what to do now? Then she could remember one thing. So every day, one rich person used to call this Lakshmi because she was very beautiful. So a rich person used to call her, please give your association to me. Whatever you ask, how much ever wealth you need, I'll give you. I need at least once, I need to have your association. It was just, he's a lusty person. He was always asking, but she was very much neglecting this kind of offer. But today she felt it's better to go and sacrifice my chastity to serve my spiritual master. So she went to the rich man and said, this has happened. Please provide me some groceries and all those things so that I can serve my spiritual master. And today night I'll satisfy your desire. He was so happy to hear this. He thought that this lifetime is not going to satisfy or not going to get this desire fulfilled. Now he was so happy. He just made one big bullock cart, filled all the groceries, vegetables, everything, and sent to the house. And she prepared everything and she started serving the spiritual master. Not only spiritual master, along with him, there will be around 10-20 disciples of Ramanujacharya also, they'll come. So they have to serve everyone. So she started serving everyone. And this Varadacharya was very much depressed, seeing that nobody is giving anything on that day. Nothing he got. Empty-handed is coming back to the house, thinking that how could I serve my spiritual master? And he just coming near to the house, he saw that all the disciples and spiritual master are very happily eating the prasadam. And he was surprised to see this. How could this happen? Then he came inside the house and Lakshmi Devi, as soon as seeing the husband, she as, fell at his feet and she started asking sorry. This is what had happened. So this is how I'm serving the spiritual. Hearing this, he was so happy. Nobody gets an opportunity to serve the spiritual master, but you have got. See the relationship between husband and wife, how good understanding they had. What would happen if something happened such kind in our family? Isn't it? Are we able to accept this? So he was so happy to accept this. And finally, he took Lakshmi Devi to Ramanujacharya and he told, my dear spiritual master, from the day I took initiation from you, I'm some struggling to serve you, but see, my wife is so great. She has sacrificed her chastity all to serve you. Hearing this, Ramanujacharya was so pleased. He said, how great disciples do I have? One is ready to sacrifice the chastity, and the husband is ready to accept that. Then finally, it was getting late, and then finally she said that I have to go to that rich man. So because I have given a word, I have to keep up that. Then Ramanujacharya said, wait, my dear lady, wait for a minute. With the prasadam which he was eating, he gave that prasadam. Actually, prasadam, when we offer to the Lord, no, it becomes prasadam. But a great soul, a great devotee, when he honors, then it becomes Mahaprasadam. So he gave that Mahaprasadam to this lady and said, you go and feed this, to ask him to have this for that rich man, then to fulfill his desire. Okay. Then Varadacharya and his wife both went to that rich man to thank him for giving all this. And he was surprised, even husband is coming along with her. Finally, she went inside and said that, no, my husband also know this. So because you have given this opportunity to serve a spiritual master, we are always gratitude to you. Yeah, and our spiritual master also has given this Mahaprasadam to you. Please honor this. She is a lusty person. Whatever happens, he wants to fulfill his desires. Okay. He called her inside the room and everything. Okay, first I have to eat this fine. Just one morsel of that prasadam he kept in his mouth. His whole lusty desires vanished from his. At once he fell at the feet of this Lakshmi Devi and said, what kind of a lusty person I am. You are a motherly lady. Brahmina wife is a mother to the society. So there are 7 mothers. In that, Brahmana's wife is one. You are the mother of the society, but I am seeing you in such a lusty desire. Please take to me to that spiritual master. Just a morsel of food changed my life and my vision, everything. So please take me. He requested and he went to the spiritual master and all the wealth which he had, he just offered at the lotus feet of Ramanujacharya. He said, please accept me as your disciple. Then Ramanujacharya saw towards Vardacharya because without money they had this problem. And Vardacharya understood that the spiritual master is willing to give this wealth to him. He said, no, no, my dear master, please don't offer this to me. Very happy with what I am now. I don't need this to, because even by having wealth, even I might become arrogant or something like that. I may not be a proper disciple if you hold this completely. And actually, then Ramanujacharya came to embrace his Vardacharya. He said, I'm very fallen soul, please don't touch me. Then Ramanujacharya said, I am so fortunate to have such a great disciple. So he embraced him. To my purification, I am embracing. So this is the relationship that the spiritual master and the disciple have. So see, we can only hear this, but practice, it is impractical for our lifestyles because we don't have that value to a spiritual master. And unfortunately, it is very rare cases we have a spiritual master like that, a great acharya also. So this is how the knowledge increases, the consciousness develops. Clear? Yes. So let us go further. And today's acronym is WISE. So WISE questions, items of knowledge, soul and super soul and enlightened. So WISE questions. Now Arjuna is asking these questions. What is this? Intelligent question. Arjuna Vacha. Prakritim Purusham Chaiva Kshetram Kshetrajnameva Cha Etad Vedatamichami Jnanam Nyayam Cha Keshava. And Lord is answering the question. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetram Mithya Vidhiyate Etad Yo Veti Tam Praho Kshetrajna Iti Tadvidaha. Arjuna is asking the question, oh my dear Krishna, I wish to know about Prakriti, that is nature, Purusha, the enjoyer, and the field and the knower of the field, and of knowledge and the object of knowledge, the supreme result of God. It said, this body, O son of Kunti, is called the field, and one who knows this body is called the knower of the field. I hope you understood. Let us make it a little simplified. You can see in this chat. So first thing, what is Kshetra? Nothing, it is our body. I took many days to understand this. Many days or many months. It was always confusing because I was not in that platform, I can think. So after developing consciousness, I was able to understand after approaching many great Vaishnavas. So taking the realization knowledge then. So nobody taught me in a such simplified way. They were saying Kshetra, Kshetra. Only that I was not able to get. So it's very simple to understand. Kshetra, the name of the body is given as Kshetra. That is field. That is field of activity. Something you have a ground or something, field of activity to do some activities. That is Kshetra. What is Kshetrajna? Kshetrajna is nothing but a person who knows about that field of activity, who knows about this body. Who's it is? It's me, the soul. Clear? Soul is known as Kshetrajna. Here little technical things comes. That is, there are two personalities who are known as Kshetrajna. That is the soul and the super soul, the supreme Lord, who is residing in the heart. Clear? These two are Kshetrajna. So what is the difference between these two Kshetrajna? The soul can realize what is happening in his body. He is the knower of the body. Clear? So he knows only about this body. For example, you know that our whole body is having consciousness. So just take a needle or something, you pinching somewhere, you can in the head you pinch or put a needle, you can feel the pain near the leg, you can feel the pain. Clear? But the same pin or the needle you take and prick to a person who is sitting next to you, will you feel the pain? Will you feel the pain? No. How come when you're pricking a person next to you, how will you feel the pain? But what is the difference between the super soul? When you're pricking a needle in your body, also he gets the pain. And you're pricking the needle to the next a person next to you, super soul gets the pain. Because is in everyone's heart as Paramatma. And he is one. And he is one. He is not broken. He is not in everyone's heart individually. No, he is one. See, this is spirituality, where we have to raise our consciousness to understand. Sometimes, as I was saying, the example of a frog in the well. So sometimes hearing the words, you should get convinced, yes, this is the, but you cannot even imagine and try to understand in our material platform. Clear? Yes. And Prabhupada also gives this wonderful example that he says, just fill the water in 100 pots and keep, and you can see somewhere in the afternoon time, when the sun is in the sky, you can see the shadow of this sun in all the 100 pots, isn't it? So that doesn't mean that there are 100 suns. There's only one sun, but you're able to see 100 suns in the 100 pots. So even then, you should understand that the super soul or Paramatma is something like an image. No, it's not a reflection in everyone's heart. He is personally residing in everyone's heart. Personally residing in everyone's heart. He is individually connected to all the living entities, but he is one, not different. Clear? This is here it gets a little complicated, but somewhere if you come to the next level or your consciousness gets purified, you will be able to understand this. Clear? Rest all is fine. Then next it is Prakriti. Prakriti is nothing but material nature, what you are seeing. Whatever is visible to you, it is Prakriti. All the living entities, all human beings, all trees, plants, whatever you see through your eye is Prakriti. Clear? Yes. Then Purusha. Purusha is the enjoyer. Who's the enjoyer? The Supreme Lord is the only enjoyer. Is the only enjoyer. We are not the enjoyers. Very simple. So Prabhupada gives a wonderful example for this. He gives the example of a tree. For example, you water the tree. Where do you water? You water to the leaves, branches, everything? No, you water to the root. And simple understanding. Only root is having the quality to absorb the water, not the leaves. Clear? We are part and parcel of the Lord. Mama Evamcha Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So we are leaves in the tree, and the Lord is the root. Only He is the enjoyer. Even if I try to absorb the water, I cannot. The same way living it is, how the leaf is not able to do it. The same way we cannot be the enjoyers. Clear? This should be very clear. Then further going, you'll be able to understand better. So he is the only enjoyer, Bhoktara Megnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Actually, sometimes we think, I am also enjoying, no? I am also tasting. For example, simple examples we'll take. Take a rasgulla and you eat. It means I'm tasting it. So I'm the enjoyer of this rasgulla. No, you cannot enjoy. That is why in the previous verses or previous chapters we saw from the 10th chapter, Vibhuti Yoga, where Krishna is all pervading. Even our senses, it is Krishna. So on behalf of this soul, he enjoys. So when Lord is enjoying, we assume that even I am enjoying. Yasmin tushte jagat tushte. We get happiness only by serving the Lord, not by trying to enjoy ourselves. Our senses don't have the potency to satisfy us. Atmada ananda paramatmana seve. So Atma, that is souls, Happiness rests in serving the super soul. It's very clear. Till then, you don't serve Krishna, you cannot be happy. But to our material intelligence, material understanding, it's very difficult to understand. It takes a long time. For some people, may take a lifetime, and some conditioned souls can take even many lifetimes also to understand. Then you'll come to your real platform, the constitutional position. Jivera Sarupa Hoy, Krishnera Nitya Das. Ultimately, you'll come to a platform where Krishna is all in all, the cause of all causes, and my prime duty is to serve him. That is it. Clear? Okay. Now, what is jnana? Now we'll see the next verses there. You can see jnana. What is jnayam? The object of knowledge, from where you are getting the knowledge. That is jnayam. Clear? Hope it's clear. Now we'll go further. Almost, I've just covered that. Now you can see the difference between super soul and soul. Supernova, knower of all bodies. Here, knower of own body. Only my body, but Lord knows all the bodies. Then, supreme proprietor and controller. My Mayadakshena Prakriti Suyate Satcharacharam in the 9th chapter, it says, he is controlling the whole Prakriti or the whole universe through Durga Devi. I showed a picture and explained it. The 9th chapter. So Lord is controlling everyone. He is the controller and he is the proprietor also. But what are we then? Secondary proprietor and controller. So we are also controllers. Who's that? For example, husband controls wife, father controls son, master controls servant, isn't it? We are also controlling, but we are all minute controllers. But who is the supreme controller? The supreme one. We are the secondary proprietor and the controller. That's why Brahma says, Ishwara Paramakrishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Yes, he is Parama. Ishwara means controller. In this, Ishwara is Parama. He is the controller of all controllers. So the Devatas are controlling us. You know that? All the 33 crore Devatas are controlling us. All the living entities who are below. As husband is controlling the wife or the father is controlling the son, the same way the Devatas are controlling the human beings or the living entities who are in this earthly planet. And who's controlled them? The Lord controls that Devatas. Clear? Even Brahma, Shiva, whatever the name you take, all the Devatas are controlled by Krishna. So I should go more depth, but time may not permit me to go more. So I guess I can show the chat. So you can see that Krishna, the first expansion of Krishna is Balaram. Balaram's expansion is Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva. And from Sankarshana it is Narayana. Lord Narayana is completely pervaded through the whole spiritual planet. So there are innumerable Vaikuntha lokas in the spiritual world, and let me show. I don't want to confuse you. I hope you can see this Goloka chat, isn't it? So it's very clear for you. You can see Krishna's planet. This is Goloka Vrindavana. Here is expansion first with Balram and then Chaturvyuha, then Narayana. So Narayana is, there are innumerable planets in this Vaikuntha planet, and every planet there is Narayana. After that, Lord Narayana expands himself to Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva. This is secondary Chaturvyuha. In this Sankarshana expands himself to Mahavishnu. You can see here Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu is who comes to enters this material world by his breath. When he is just giving his breath out, inhale and exhale. When he is exhaling, you can see there are innumerable universes emanating from his pores of his body. Clear? Yes, this is our universe. And from him, it is Garbhodaya Kashaya Vishnu expands. And from Garbhodaya Kashaya Vishnu, it is Kshirodaya Kashaya Vishnu, whose Paramatma was residing in everyone's heart and even in every atom. Clear? So who is controlling here? Sometimes we say, oh, Kshirodaya Kashaya is controlling us, but still it is Krishna. Is somebody living entity is controlling us? No, it is completely Krishna. So he is the ultimate. He is the controller of all. He is controlling everyone. He is the Supreme Lord staying in Goloka Vrindavana. I hope this should clarify you. Clear? Then, infallible and always superior to spirit soul. Is infallible. You saw this in the second chapter, first chapter, Achyuta is infallible. Clear? never he falls down. That is the position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For any reason, he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Clear? And always is superior to the living entities. Now, fallible and subordinate. Living entity are fallible, that's why we are fallen here. Clear? And we are subordinate to the Supreme Lord. We can never ever become Lord. So there's some other philosophies where they say that it is light and you are a light, you won't merge. No, it is not complete understanding. Clear? Then is it false? No, it is not false also. It is not false also. Yes, you can go to Brahmajyoti and you can become one with the Lord's light also. That is the thing here. You see this Brahmajyoti? A person who's having such realization of Brahman realization, he just goes beyond this material world and in this light he gets one with the Lord. It is not the Lord, it's Lord's effulgence, bodily effulgence. Clear? Yes. So many things I'm clarifying so that you can understand it. Now, let us go to the knowledge part. Items of knowledge, where Krishna is saying, these are the items of knowledge. In Bhagavad Gita, we can see 5 topics. This is what I cover in the 6 days of Bhagavad Gita. That is Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. These are the 5 topics. So, who is Ishvara? It is Krishna. And who is Jiva? We, the living entities. And Prakriti, as I said today also, Prakriti is nothing but whatever we see through our eye, it's Prakriti. Then, what is Kala and Karma? Kala means time, and Krishna says, I am that time. And what is karma? Our activities. And in this, nothing can be changed, only karma can be changed. Rest all are eternal. Only karma can be changed. So that when we do akarma, our results are nullified. We get liberated. We do karma, we get pious results. We do vikarma, we get impious results. Clear? Then, what is knowledge here? The very first day I was saying about knowledge means who am I? Who is the Supreme Lord, and what is the relationship between me and that's knowledge. And here it is little different. It is body, super soul, and soul. Here. And this 20 qualities here Krishna is saying. Let us see what is that. Amanitvam adambitvam ahimsa kshantirarjavam acharyopasanam shocham stairyam atma vinigraha. So let us go to the translation. Okay. Let's see 20 items which has been given here. 20 qualities, we can say this. Humility, the very first thing is humility. Humility means it's knowledge. So what is humility? Humility means something you don't think that you bend to everyone and be very humble. You shouldn't raise your voice. You shouldn't fight with anyone. No argument. Just accept whatever anyone says. Is this humility? Do you think this is humility? No, not at all. The vision should change. Humility is having a different meaning. So what is humility? I'll try to explain by a story. Once there was Akbar. He had Navaratna ministers, great ministers. So he called everyone. He had a question. Who can solve this question? What was the question? He just drew a line on his board. He said, without erasing the line, make this line short. You're able to understand? He just drew a line and he said, without erasing this, make it short. And everyone were bewildered. How to do that? They were not able to do. Finally, Birbal said, my dear Lord, I can do this. Oh, is it? Fine, do. What did he do? He took the same chapters. He drew a line which is bigger than that. He drew a line which is bigger than that line next to that line. What happened? When you're seeing the line which was there, it became smaller. So because there was a line which is bigger than that next to that. Clear? That means humility means not bending myself, not giving up our status, not giving up our qualities, rather seeing others in a bigger way. That is seeing the good things in other and respecting each and every living entity. Not only human beings, each and every living entity, everyone are doing their duties in this creation. Even a dog, even a cat, everything, it is doing its service. Clear? So, for example, dog guards the house. Just you are giving one time food. So it's very gratitude to that, and it serves when there is some thief or something. Even it sacrifices life and fights for it. So you should have the respect even for the dog. So you should know the quality of each and every living entity and you have respect. That is humility. Not just giving up our status and going very low. No, not that. Clear? I hope you understood. Now, what is pridelessness? And this for the quality we can have one discussion, but let us go further. You try to understand. Pridelessness, not having pride. Then non-violence. Non-violence means violence means what is our understanding? Somebody hitting someone or killing someone, that is violence. No. Manasa, vacha, karmina. Even by our speech, are we hurting someone? That is violence, and you get results for that. You are saying something and somebody is crying or somebody is feeling hurted by your words. That is also violence. Clear? And what is knowledge? To be non-violent. That means you to know how to speak also is knowledge. And tolerance, tolerate whatever comes to our life. Tolerate simplicity, accept the life. So this all I have explained in the previous class also. So accept your father, accept your mother, accept your wife, husband, children, whom. That is what Krishna has provided to you. Accept it. Very poverty stricken, accept it. Very rich person, accept. Anything which comes to your life, you accept it. Clear? That is tolerance and simplicity. So simplicity means not giving up everything. Simplicity means utilizing everything in Krishna's service and just accept everything. Then approaching a bona fide spiritual master. Yes. Search for the spiritual master who can guide you in life, who can take you to the next level of consciousness. So search for him. Please don't think that he's in a saffron dress with some Rudrakshi, some having tilak, he's like Swamiji. No, it doesn't mean that the spiritual master should be something like a Swamiji or something, but a person who can guide you, who can guide you in your life. Clear? And cleanliness. Cleanliness is one pillar of Dharma. There are four pillars to Dharma, and one is cleanliness, Daya. So there are four pillars. And what is that? Gambling, tapasya. And so there are four pillars for Dharma, and devotional service is beyond this Dharma. When we are dharmic, then only we can develop this devotional service in our life. Yes, cleanliness is more important. And it is internally and externally also. First, it starts from externally. The house should be very clean, and myself, I should be very clean. Everyday bathing is necessary for a human being. Everyday bathing. So early morning, as soon as you get up from the bed, direct go to the toilet and take bath. Go to the bathroom and take bath. It should be cleaned. Then you can develop your Krishna consciousness. Okay, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of the objects of sense gratification. So objects shouldn't control us. We should control. The example of the sari. Sari shouldn't control me. I should control the sari. I should have a decision whether should I take this or no. Not that that item of sense gratification is controlling me. That means I'm very weak. I am very weak because it is controlling me. Okay. That means I am without knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Without Bhagavad Gita, no life. Very simple. Then absence of false ego. So no pride. That is prideless is nothing but absence of false ego. Having a good understanding. Ego is good. What is ego? Our identity. So identity myself as soul, not this body. Then the perception of the evil of birth, death, old age, and disease, understanding how I'm binding in this material world. That is Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. Detachment, freedom from entanglement with children, wife, home. What is this? Giving up the family and living and going? No. Serving them as the Lord's children, not getting attached to the family, friends, society, nothing. Your relationship, only one relationship you have. That is the Supreme Lord. Because you are the soul, you're part and parcel of the Lord. You have only one relationship, that is Super Soul. You don't have any material relationships. Those are all bodily relationships. So don't get attached to it. Rather, do your duty. And the rest, my even-mindedness amidst pleasant and unpleasant events, constant and unalloyed devotion to me, aspiring to live in a solitary place, detachment from the general mass of people, accepting the importance of self-realization, and philosophical search for the absolute truth. All these are 20 qualities. All these I declare to be knowledge, and besides this, whatever they may be, is ignorance. Clear? So you can read the Bhagavad Gita or the PDF which is sent to you and try to understand. I'll go further because time may not prepare me to go more. The most important qualities, Chananya Yogena, constant and unalloyed devotion to Krishna. Then essential quality, what is this? Acharya Pasana, most important, accepting bona fide spiritual master and going on his words, whatever he says. See, many we also try to accept spiritual masters. What for? Just for namesake. I also have a spiritual master and I don't go on his words. I don't respect him. Respect in the sense I want to utilize my spiritual master rather serving him. That's also waste. Small say story to understand here. So once there was, I say, one disciple and guru. As I said, the story of Ramanacharya. Here also they'll go to different places for preaching. And one place where the guru and disciple went, and the guru gave some money to the spirit disciple and said, "You go and purchase all the grocery, all the things, so that for their living something has to be prepared." So this person went to that shop and he asked, "What is the price of rice?" And they said 5 rupees kilo. Those days, 5 rupees kilo is very good. What about dal? 5 rupees. What about vegetables? 5 rupees. Okay, what about cashew nuts? 5 rupees. 5 rupees kilo cashew nuts. Oh, he was so happy because he was very fond of cashew nuts. He came running to the spiritual master and said, "My dear spiritual master, let us be permanently, eternally in this place." Such a wonderful place. Even rice also 5 rupees. Even this cashew nuts also 5 rupees. Then at once the spiritual master said, "Oh, this place is a dangerous place. You shouldn't stay here because person, the king who is here, you don't know the value of the items, which value, what is the value has to be given to for which item. That means he's a fool. Anything danger can happen here. Let us go away from." And this person is thinking, because I love cashew nuts very much. Oh, my spiritual master is jealous on me so that I'll be eating cashew nuts. So he said, "No, my dear master, I'll be here. I will serve here as your representative." He said, "No, this is a dangerous place. Please don't stay here." He says, "No, no, no, master. I can preach here. I'll be very happy here." "That's your fate." He left him and the spiritual master went away. So our disciple is very fond of cashew nuts. He brought some items along with cashew nuts. Every day from morning to night, whatever he eats, he eats with cashew nuts. And even sometimes drinking water also, he'll drop through cashew nuts into it and he starts drinking because he's very fond of it. So one day what happened? There was a thief. He stole something. And the soldiers, they caught of him and they went to the king. "See, this person is stealing." "What? Stealing in my kingdom?" "So I made all the items so cheap as 5 rupees, but still you're stealing. That means you should be punished very severe." So he said that tomorrow this person has to be sentenced to death. He should be hanged because nobody should steal in my kingdom. And next day, what happened? This thief was very cunning. He somehow or the other he escaped from the soldiers and he ran away. Then the soldiers went to the king and said, "This thief has been escaped." "Oh, thief escaped. But my orders shouldn't miss out. I've ordered that 12 o'clock, he has to be hanged." So what you do, take that rope you use for hanging and see whose head fits perfectly. Take that person and you hang so that my order has been fulfilled. What I ordered, it will happen. So they went with this rope, and everyone head was not fitting. But our disciple, who every day eating cashew nuts, his head was perfect. They put that rope and they were able to drag him. They were dragging him. Then he said, "Arre, why are you dragging? Why you are not leaving me to eat cashew? No, you are going to be hanged now." "Oh, there's a sin in your kingdom by eating this cashew. You'll hang me." He said, "No." They said the incident. Then he started breaking his head. "My spiritual master said earlier, this is a dangerous place not to be stay. How is that somebody is stealing and I am being hanged for it?" Then he started praying to his spiritual master. So for his good fortune, spiritual master at once he came there. And he was praying, "My dear spiritual master, I was such a foolish person. I did not accept your words. Please protect me." He said, "No, no, no, you don't listen to me. Why will I protect you?" "No, my dear master. In my life, never ever I'll cross your words. Whatever you say, I'll just obey to it." Finally said, "Okay." Then he went to the king and he said, "See, my dear king, I have come with a confidential message, divine message, very confidential." He said, "What is it?" So he called him below. He said, "I'll say in your ears. It is very confidential. I cannot reveal to anyone." "Okay, what is that?" "I'm coming directly from the heaven. And the heaven, that is Indra, has made some mistake. So they have removed him from the seat. Now the seat of Indra, that is king of heaven, is free. So whoever dies now, he will go and he will become the king of heaven. Is it? Thank you so much for revealing this message to me. He says, so what is next? The minister says, this person has to be hanged. Don't hang him. It is first I have to die. You hang me first. My dear king, what is the decision you are taking? What? No, this is very confidential. I cannot reveal also. So he is very scared. If I say this, somebody might die and he might become the king. No? So I said, no, I cannot reveal this. You hang me first. So what about the king now? Who should rule the king? So you ask this sadhu, this spiritual master, he will guide you. And he went, he hanged, he died. And finally, a qualified person was made the king of that kingdom. What did you understand from this story? So many times, sometimes spiritual masters say, which is beyond our understanding. But we think that I am better than my spiritual master. So what my spiritual master is saying, what is not to complete extent, because you don't know about it. Actually, Krishna is speaking through spiritual master. So whatever he says, you have to accept. Sometimes it becomes, we feel it is blindness, blindly accepting, something like that. But that is the process. Clear. Next, humility, non-violence, self-control, detachment from general mass of people. But one quality which takes all the quality, develops all the quality. What is that? Process of knowledge determines in unalloyed devotional service to the Lord, essential quality. Serving the Lord. Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and offering prasad. This is sufficient. Rest all the qualities automatically develops in this. If one takes to full Krishna consciousness, all the other mentioned qualities are automatic. Clear? Yes. Now we can see the difference between soul and super soul. Soul. Nyayam yattat pravakshyami yajñatvanmritam ashnute anadi matparam brahma nasat nasat uchyate. I shall now explain the noble knowing which you will taste the eternal. Brahman, the spirit, beginningless and subordinate to me, lies beyond the cause and effect of this material world. As a living entity is beyond this cause and effect of this material world. I don't get any pain from this material world. How to understand this? For example, you have purchased a new car. Okay. You have purchased a new sari, something you think like that. Somebody is coming and just storing that sari. Something, it can be 10K or 20K, very valuable sari you have brought. They have just, somebody has come and tearing it. How do you feel? How do you feel? At once you feel a heart attack, isn't it? So why is that? Is it anything paining to you? No, but you are attached to that sari so much. That is why you're feeling the pain. But actually, this material things cannot give you the pain. Once you come to our real consciousness that I am the spirit soul, nothing in this material world you can give me the misery. This is very important to understand. Okay. Attribute of soul, eternal. So he is don't have date of birth. So he's not having death or birth because he's part and parcel of the Lord. He is also Sachidananda. Who is he? It's me. Clear? I am the spirit soul, so I don't have death. I don't have birth. Subordinate to Krishna? Yes, always subordinate to Krishna, and I am the servant of Krishna, always dependent and beyond the cause and effect of this world. Clear? Yes. And now next topic is Super Soul, the Supreme Lord. Bahir bhutanam acharam charam evacha sukshmatvat yad vigneyam durastam chantike chata. The supreme truth exists outside and inside all living entities. Is inside the heart as Paramatma and is all pervading. Whatever we see, it is Krishna. Vidya Vinaya Sampane Brahmani Gavayastani Shunichai Vishapakicha Pandita Samadarshana. A person is complete in Krishna consciousness. He can see Krishna everywhere. Clear? Yes. Inside and outside. It's Krishna, then the moving and the non-moving. Then, because he is subtle, he is beyond the power of material senses to see or to know. And because we are with our material senses, till then it is not purified, till then it is not transformed to divine vision. It is, we cannot see the Lord, or we cannot even know him or Even assuming, imagining also is impossible. Clear? Yes. Although far, far away, he is also near to all. Even then, he is very far, but is very near to us. Is very near to us. Clear? I hope you understand. And you can see here, all pervading. Super soul has hands, legs, eyes, ears, heads, and faces everywhere, all reconciling inside and outside of living entities. Clear? This is in Ishopanishad, it clarifies more. So you can see the presence of the Lord's eyes, hands, and everything everywhere. Now, many will have a question. When I'm offering to the Lord, how Lord is honoring? Is he eating? How many chapatis I have kept? The same chapati, number of chapatis, I'm taking it back. There is a Lord eating. It is something superstitious. No? Nothing I can see the difference. Every day I'm just keeping in front of the Lord and taking it. What is the use of it? Because our material senses cannot realize that. But actually, Lord eats through his vision. He takes the love and affection that we are giving in it, not the material item, not the chapati or puri or rice. No, he takes the consciousness that I am giving to the Lord, the love that I am offering to him. Patram pushpam palam toyam yome bhakta prayachati. The bhakti, the devotion that I am giving through that item. And today it is Dwadashi. Yesterday, I hope you all have fasted. And today I have to do many varieties to the Lord and offer to him. So how can I say, yesterday you missed something to offer. So everything handedly today you have to offer. That is the love you have to show to the Lord. Not just preparing something, keeping in front of him. No. So that is the love. That Lord wants. And Lord is all pervading. Keep anywhere. You're where you're traveling, also you can have a small photo and offer to him, he will accept it. Clear? Transcendental, but has no senses. Does it have senses? He is having senses, but his spiritual senses. Okay, he's the master of all the senses. Has spiritual senses, supreme person. That's what Sarvapadi Vinirmuktam Tatparatvena Nirmalam. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktiruttam. He is Rishikesha, the master of all senses that we have. You know, at time permits, I don't know. You know that our senses work based on the orders of the spiritual math, based on the orders of the super soul. Our senses never listen to us. For example, this mobile, I want to lift and keep it down. You think I have done this? No. Only I can have a desire to lift this mobile and keep. But it is actually the Supreme Lord. When he orders the Prakriti, then only I can take and lift and keep this. So who is working here? Krishna, not me. Because of his orders, everything is happening. That's why it is said even a blade of grass never moves beyond the orders of the Lord. Clear? Source of all senses of living entity. It is Krishna. Then is undivided. I explained this and resides heart of all. Now next, who can know soul and super soul? Iti kshetram tata jnanam jneyam choktam samasataha madbhakta etad vijnaya madbhavayopapadyate. Thus, the field of activities, the body, knowledge, and the knowledge knowable have been summarily described by me. Krishna is very clearly saying, I'm completely explained to you, Arjuna, now. But who can understand? My devotees can understand this thoroughly and thus attain to my nature. Not everyone. That's why from the very first day I was requesting everyone to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. From the third chapter, I requested everyone to start developing the relationship with the Lord by offering some fruit and milk, isn't it? And Krishna is clarifying here, my devotees can understand this thoroughly, not others. Till then, you don't accept Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead. You cannot understand Bhagavad Gita. You cannot understand, then how could you practice? Isn't it? It's very clear. The message is very clear. Then enlightened, who is the real enjoyer? We all know, I think, it's the Supreme Lord. Then enlightened. Qualities of Jiva, qualities of material nature, qualities of super soul. Then realized Jiva, acquiring Jnana Chakshu and destination. All these topics we'll discuss here. So, qualities of Jiva. What is this? The qualities of Jiva is beginningless, is not having birth or death, is part and parcel of the Lord. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhuto bhavita na bhuyaha is very clear. So even this body is clean, he is not going to die. The soul never dies. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka, na kledayanti apono na shoshayati na marutaha. So by weapons you cannot cut him, by fire you cannot burn him, by water you cannot withen or anything, nothing can be done because he is eternal. Who? The Jiva. Hard struggle for existence since we want to enjoy through material nature, which is not my enjoyable object, but I want to enjoy through that. So never I get satisfied. Clear? See, something a dog needs. Can you satisfy by the needs of the dogs or cat, whatever it is? Okay, let us take some sheep or goat. Goat is satisfied by eating grass. Now you have full of grass. You are put into a goats or a sheep's shed and you have been fed with grass. Will you be satisfied? Because from the birth you are seeing that that sheep is eating only grass and you also try to eat only grass, but never ever you get satisfied because that was not your need. You need something else, isn't it? So you are a spirit soul, you need the taste of the super soul. You get that by serving him, but you are trying to see the same taste in the material things, so you'll never get that. Clear? So there is a hard struggle for this existence in this material world. Okay, material nature, what happens? Frustration. Because you want to enjoy, where there is no enjoyment, you want to do it. So it's frustration. That's why Krishna says, Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. Dukkha Alaya. That is, it's a place of misery and it is temporary. So you cannot change the creation. Clear? You cannot be happy in this material world by the material objects. Clear? Then by this, what happens? You start changing your body to different bodies so that I'll be better in other body. I'll be better in dog's body. I'll be enjoying more in the this body. Something like that will be changing based on our consciousness and desires. We take the next body, that is 8.4 million species based on action and desire. Next, qualities of material nature. Beginningless, even Prakriti is the same. It is beginningless, but it is temporary manifestation. But Shankaracharya says Jagan Mityam, Brahma Satyam. Yes, but it is not false, it is temporary. The higher level of knowledge. No statements are wrong. Clear? All are right. But based on the levels. For a kid, saying A, B, C, D is right. Clear? When you come to the first standard, it said A for apple, B for bat, C for cat. Then you say C, A, T, cat. That small kid, he says, no, this is wrong. What kind of a fool are you? A, B, C. You are writing C and A. A should come before C, no? So how could you answer him? You cannot answer him. Yes, Baba. What you are saying is absolutely right. A, B, C is only correct. But when you come to the next level, the same thing changes. You'll say, oh, CAT is cat. This is a word you make. I'm saying the smallest of the examples so that where you all can follow or you can understand. I hope you are able to understand. So even the spirituality also, in the low level, some other understandings I have given. When you develop yourself, the same thing which you learned, which you thought this is perfect, when you come to the next level, there's no need of it. Then why this has been taught to me? Because you'll go to the next level then. But that was required at that level of our consciousness. Clear? So in this way, it is said Brahma Satyam Jagan Mityam. Yes, for that level, it is right. It is false. I shouldn't get attached to this material world. Nothing. Then you come to the spiritual life or something, you'll try to engage the same thing in the Lord's service. So this is all our progression. Okay. Then keeps transforming. And there's a change. Always there is creation, there is maintenance and annihilation. It's a cycle. It's a cycle of everything. It just keeps on moving. Clear? Provides residential quarters to the Jiva. It is a place for the Jiva to reside and controls Jiva through three modes. You can see this three modes, and tomorrow we'll speak the whole chapter about three modes. In qualities of super soul, What is the quality of super soul? It's transcendental enjoyer, as I explained. Root. That example is sufficient for you to understand. So he is the only enjoyer. No one other than Krishna can enjoy. Clear. He is the proprietor, is witness and permitter. Upadashtanumanta chabarta bhakta maheshwara. Sitting in everyone's heart. Sitting in everyone's heart. What he says? He gives permission and he stays as witness. Based on my desires, he gives a permission to fulfill our desires. And he is a witness. You can never ever escape because 24/7 there is somebody who is watching you, and it is the super soul. When you come to more depth into the scriptures, you'll see many things. You come to Ishopanishad and other scriptures, you will see that there are 10 items or 10 personalities who are as witness. That is the sun, the moon, many things in the way it comes. Clear? But here you can see the Supreme Lord. No, it's already 7. I thought of saying a story here. Okay, super soul, desire, nature, body. And today is a Sunday. I'll say the story also. So once Kanakadas was there. You all know Kanakadas, a great, what I can say, devotee of the Lord. He was very young. So his spiritual master was examining everyone. So he called all the students, gave one fruit to everyone. He asked everyone, you go eat this fruit and come and see that nobody watches you. Nobody watches you. Somewhere secluded place you go, eat and come. Everyone went. Everyone came with empty hand, but Kanakadas came with the same fruit. He asked everyone, where did you eat? He said, I went inside the well and ate. I went inside the bushes and ate. I went on the top of the tree and ate. Something all they said. Then he asked Kanakadas, why you come with fruit? Why didn't you go and eat? He said, I was searching all the places, but I was able to see the Lord everywhere. You said to a place where nobody sees you. But there's no place anywhere in this creation where the Lord is not seeing me. So I was not able to eat this. See, the spiritual master gave the same instruction to all the students, but the receiver end is how it is, because he was a great devotee. The understanding of the words of spiritual master was at a different level to him. He said, nobody should see, but Lord is seeing everywhere. How could I eat this food without going to him? Clear? Yes, so there is always a witness, whatever we do. Many times we think, I'll go inside the bathroom and do something mischievous thing, so nobody will see me. Some secluded place, I'll go and do something, nobody will see me. No. See, material people may not be there to see you, but the Supreme Lord is watching you always. So try to change. You cannot cheat. You cannot cheat the Lord. You can cheat others. You can cheat even yourself. You can cheat your mind and you can cheat yourself also, but not the Lord. Clear? Okay, super soul. So is the source of all, like here. Soul, desire, nature, body. Everything is the source of super soul. Unrealized jiva. What living entity realizes when enlightened with knowledge? Can distinguish between spirit and matter. Very simple. He is able to distinguish between the matter and the spirit soul. Sees the indestructible super soul as companion. He can see Paramatma within his heart and then non-doer. And he thinks, I am not the doer. I'm just an instrument in the hands of the Supreme Lord and the Guru. The Jnana Chakshu. Yavat sanjayate kinchit sattvam sthavara jangamam kshetra samyoga tadvidhi bharatarshaba. O chief of the Bharatas, know that whatever you see in existence, both the moving and the non-moving, is only a combination of the field of activities and the knower of the field. Clear? It's very clear vision. Whatever you see, these two things are visible. That is kshetra and kshetrajna. Let it be movable or non-movable. Then acquiring jnana chakshu. By acquiring jnana chakshu, how is the vision changes? By gaining knowledge about constituents of the body. The body is made out of bhumi rapunala vaikamana buddhirevacha ahankara iti vinna prakritarashtada. 8 elements of the material world. But when you come to the next level, you can see the 24 elements where this body has been created by that jnana, what I can say, jnanendriya and karmendriyas and panchabhutas, and this there are 24 items. Then difference between body and soul, it is matter, and this is chetanatma, supreme, or the spirit soul. Then equal vision as they see super soul present in all living entities, so our vision changes. That's what I said. When you become a pandita, complete knowledge, you can see everyone in equal vision because the super soul is present in you. then have control over the mind and senses. Then you think you're the instrument. So you easily can control your mind and senses. It will never disturb you. It is something like a snake, or senses is something like a snake, always bites us, makes us to die in this material world. But the same senses becomes a snake without poison. Much ever it is waiting, no use. The same way, senses say, see that, eat this, do that. So many things it will be saying, but there's no difference because I am not getting influenced by my sense desires. I know what should I do because I'm in complete knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita. Then final, what is the destination? Kshetra kshetrajna yorevam antaram jnanam chakshusha bhuta prakriti moksham cha ye vidur yanti te param. Those who see with eyes of knowledge, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Clear? Eyes of knowledge, the difference between the body and the knower of the body, that's the soul and the body, and can also understand the process of liberation. You will be able to understand how should I get liberated from this material world, from bondage in material nature, attain the supreme goal. This is the process, not one day, 2 day. This is a lifestyle. This should be our lifestyle to understand what am I doing? By my activities, am I progressing or getting degraded in my consciousness? Very simple. So this knowledge will help us to progress in our life, or to just, what I can say, uh, it fine tunes our consciousness. When doing some activity, consciousness should be pure. See, just by words or just by hearing me, you cannot do that. By chanting and offering prasadam to the Lord, purifying your senses, Krishna gives the intelligence to do the activities based on higher consciousness. Clear? Yes. So this is what we learned in the 13th chapter. And the wise, what is this wise? The questions, wise questions where Arjuna is asking and Krishna is answering all the 6 questions. Then items of knowledge, the difference between the soul and super soul, and enlightened. That is, you can see here the jnana chaksha, realized soul, how we say sees everything and realizes and makes his life. And what is for tomorrow? Tomorrow is another great chapter. It is speaks about 3 modes, which is very subtle, and tomorrow you will realize many things that which you have done in your life, many things which you are still doing, committing so many mistakes, or your lifestyle, how you are getting degraded and how you are getting binded and how to come out of it. Many, with many examples. Tomorrow you can see this. So finally you'll see the pure life, how to come to the pure life. Now there is a quiz link. I request everyone to just each and everyone to please attend this quiz. You can realize yourself how much I've understood this chapter or how much I'm capable of understanding and answering it. Never mind how much marks you get or whatever it is. So whoever is attending all the 18 sessions or 18 quiz links, so they'll be getting certificate from ISKCON.